I think my mini comic has a pretty cool story. Now, this isn't going to be like my previous videos of where I show 3 key lessons that I learned from making a mini comic. It was a video that I actually made that you can check out. It's going to be more of a chill and chat. We're going to hang out. I'm also going to show you the final page of this mini comic that I recently finished. And I'm going to talk about different stuff, such as the story behind this mini comic, what I think makes a good anime or movie, then also what's next. Grab some water, some chips. If you're chewing loud, I can't hear you, and let's hang out. All right, so the first thing is the story behind this mini comic. I got this smaller idea about this story, and I think I didn't think too much about it. I kind of had the idea of, one, I enjoy watching MMA and UFC. So therefore, the inspiration came from that in a way. And then I was thinking, how can I make a short story, but also something cool that's fun to make? And at the same time, not too intimidating and not too difficult to do. Also with a bit of challenge, though, at the same time. And as I was doing this mini comic, I started off much more simple. That's my very first mini comic. In the first pages, I will have a link of the full mini comic down below. And in the first pages, it's less detailed, and you can almost see that I'm trying things out. And then as the mini comic progresses, you can see where I begin to learn more things and tweak some things. So by the end of the mini comic, the final page, it's totally different from the first page. I think it's totally different in detail than also with other things like proportions and things like that. And I think it's one cool thing about this was I kind of got a better idea of what it's actually like to make a comic and what's involved in it. Now, so the story behind this. The story behind this is, well, first, let's talk about the title. The title behind this is Another Man's Treasure. It's kind of the idea where someone throws something away or they don't want something, and someone else finds it and they find value in it. In this case, something else happens. I'm gonna give a little hints. It has to do with MMA and powers. This kid's walking along and he finds these pair of gloves. And let's just say another man's trash is another man's treasure. And I feel the title kind of explains itself in a way. I'm gonna say that part without giving too much away. And yeah, that's what this story is about, really. Something short and sweet. And then also another thought of what I think makes a good anime or movie and a good story, specifically referring to anime. Animes, they have, if you look at Dragon Ball Z has very cool action in it. And then also the visuals are amazing as well. Now, I do believe that Dragon Ball Z lacks in storytelling. It's not really too deep in story. Whereas when you look at Naruto, the story of one character is so in depth. You look at Itachi, for example, his story is in depth. Kakashi, story in depth. Naruto himself, Sasuke, their stories are so in depth, right? Obito, their stories are just in depth. And so I really love a balance between a great story and great action. And also with that action, great visuals. The visuals also have to be fantastic. I think that Dragon Ball Z is one of my favorite animes ever. At the same time, one of the things that makes other animes really cool, for example, like solo leveling and even certain fights when it comes to Naruto, is how visually technical these scenes are, to where you can see certain things happen and the way they animate those certain things. I think that's what makes a really cool anime too. Now with the manga, you can't really see that. At the same time though, you can still see some very cool action in manga. You can't really see it the same thing as actually watching anime. So that, I think that is what makes a great anime or movie, is great storytelling and also great action. And lastly, what's next? What's next is I'm getting ready for a live painting that I'm doing. I have to think about what I want to paint for that. Then also a big festival coming up. Pittsburgh's largest festival coming up. I'm getting ready for that, called the Three Rivers Arts Festival. I have to make a bunch of pieces for that and get some things ready. And that's just what's next. And I want to take this short video and chit chat about those things. Again, chill and relax. I hope you took this time to make some as well and hang out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.